Do not hanker after fine foods and deceitful pleasures, for she that indulges in pleasure is dead while still alive, as the apostle says in 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 6. Do not fill your belly with other people's food in case you develop a longing for it, and this longing makes you want to eat at their table. For it is said, do not be deceived by the filling of the belly. Proverbs chapter 25, verse 15. If you find yourself continually invited outside your cell, decline the invitations, for continual absence from your cell is harmful. It deprives you of the grace of stillness, darkens your mind, withers your longing for God. If a jar of wine is left in the same place for a long time, the wine in it becomes clear, settled, and fragrant. But if it is moved about, the wine becomes turbid and dull, tainted throughout by the lees. So you, too, should stay in the same place, and you will find how greatly this benefits you. Do not have relationships with too many people, lest your intellect becomes distracted, and so disturbs the way of stillness. Provide yourself with such work for your hands as can be done, if possible, both during the day and at night, so that you are not a burden to anyone, and indeed can give to others, as Paul the Apostle advises, 1 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9, and Ephesians chapter 4, verse 28. In this manner, you will overcome the demon of listlessness and drive away all the desires suggested by the enemy. For the demon of listlessness takes advantage of idleness. Every idle man is full of desires. Proverbs 13, verse 4. When buying or selling, you can hardly avoid sin. So in either case, be sure you lose a little in the transaction. Do not haggle about the price from love of gain, and so indulge in actions harmful to the soul, quarreling, lying, shifting your ground, and so on, thus bringing our way of life into disrepute. Understanding things in this manner, be on your guard when buying and selling. If possible, it is best to place such business in the hands of someone you trust, so that being thus delivered of the worry, you can pursue your calling with joy and hope. In addition to all that I have said so far, you should consider now other lessons which the way of stillness teaches, and do what I tell you. Sit in your cell and concentrate your intellect. Remember the day of death. Visualize the dying of your body. Reflect on this calamity. Experience the pain. Reject the vanity of this world, its compromises and crazes, so that you may continue in the way of stillness and not weaken. Call to mind also what is even now going on in hell. Think of the suffering, the bitter silence, the terrible moaning, the great fear and agony, the dread of what is to come, the unceasing pain, the endless weeping. Remember too the day of your resurrection and how you will stand before God. Imagine that fearful and awesome judgment seat. Picture all that awaits those who sin. Their shame before God the Father and his anointed, before angels, archangels, principalities of all mankind. Think of all the forms of punishment, the eternal fire, the worm that does not die, the abyss of darkness, the gnashing of teeth, the terrors and the torments. Then picture all the blessings that await the righteous. Intimate communion with God the Father and his anointed, with angels, archangels, principalities, and all the saints, the kingdom and its gifts, the gladness and the joy. The word intimate has an asterisk next to it. So let's go to the glossary and look up the word intimate. Intimate communion, in Greek, parrhesia, Parrisia, literally frankness, freedom of speech, hence freedom of approach to God, such as Adam possessed before the fall, and the saints have regained by grace, a sense of confidence and loving trust in God's mercy.